So we're gonna be dressed up for a while and then gradually start shedding clothing. I know that sounds exciting, but it's not gonna go quite that far. This first song is a song by one of those kind of Celtic folk jazz guys, John Martin. Fine line, dear, fine line, one lovely ride. You're a strange place, and there a night space, but feeling it all inside. I will call up all my friends and say, come on over, make my night and day. Talking about who's the finest folk in town. They're a strange light, they're a fine line. What a lovely ride. There's day taste, there a night space, feeling it all inside. I will call up all my friends and say, yeah, come on, make my night and day. Talk about who's the finest folk in town. What a lovely ride. They're a strange face, they're a night space, feeling it all inside. I will call up all my friends and say, come on, make my night and day. Talk about who's the finest folk in town. Yeah, the finest folk in town. Yeah, the finest folk in town. When the sun beats down and burns the tar up on the roof, yeah, your shoes get so hot you wish your tired feet were fireproof. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, on a blanket with my baby, that's where I'll be. Under the boardwalk, out of the sun. Under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun. Under the boardwalk, we'll be walking above. Under the boardwalk, we'll be falling in love. Under the boardwalk, up above, you hear this happy sound of carousel. You can almost taste the hot dogs, French fries they sell. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah, yeah, yeah. On a blanket with my baby, that's where I'll be. Under the boardwalk, out of the sun. Under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun. Under the boardwalk, people walking above. Under the boardwalk, we'll be falling in love. Under the boardwalk, under the boardwalk or down by the sea, on a blanket with my baby, that's where I'll be. You can sing under the boardwalk, out of the sun, under the boardwalk. We'll be having some fun under the boardwalk. People walking above under the boardwalk. We'll be falling in love under the boardwalk. Nice to see you all here. I see folks here from the great Pacific Northwest. John and Ben. Hi, Ben. My cousin Ben and Patty and Scott. Nice to see you guys. Great done. Thanks for taking time out of your busy life and tuning in. I just realized both those songs are kind of highly unlikely, like hanging out on the beach. We're just starting to do that here in Hawaii, and we'll see how it goes today. And then, having people come over, it's something we all miss. This is an opportunity for us to try to connect together over this very special event of music. Going to do a few things that are a little more like standards. This next song I'm sure you'll recognize. Hey John, Mom. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you. When your heart is in your dreams, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star, as dreamers do, fate is kind. She brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of their secret love. Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through. When you wish upon a star, as dreamers do. Fate is kind. She brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of their secret longing. Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through. When you wish upon a star, as dreamers do. When you wish upon a star, as dreamers do. Hoping that your dreams are staying alive these days. I don't know, I love those kind of songs. I just wonder if you're enjoying them too. Give me a thumbs up if you want to keep hearing more of that. This is an old blues tune. I learned this tune first from the Lovin' Spoonful, which I guess a lot of us got turned on to these old blues numbers by the rock bands who were a little bit years older than us, and playing those tunes. Yes, I'm getting tired of running round. I believe I'll get married. Yeah, I'll settle down, because this old nightlife, yeah, it's holding the best hand. And what can I do? Well, Mama used to fall right down on her knees and pray. These are the words she did say. Well, she said, "Oh, Johnny, my loving Johnny, won't you please change your ways?" I got a letter from my home. Most of my good friends, they are dead and gone. Makes me worry. Yeah, no need to wonder about the time to come. Right down on her knees and pray. So these are the very words she did say. Oh, she said, "Oh, Jimmy, my loving Jimmy, won't you please change your ways?" Sometimes I would hear, "Yes, I'm getting tired of running round. Believe I'll get married, I'll settle down." Makes me worry. There's no need to wonder about the time to come. Thank you. I'm going to do a blues tune that was adopted for the city and county of Honolulu's recycling office. They actually really wanted recycling to take off here out in the middle of the ocean where there's no place to put your trash anyway, which seemed like a really good idea. So we jumped on board. We wrote a couple of shows that went around to the schools and to various events and summer programs. And this was one of those songs. I wrote it with my good friend Leslie Klein, who some of you know, and my other good friend Jason Tabosa. The song is called the Indigestion Blues. Some of you have heard it, some of you have not. It goes like this. When I say indigestion, you say indigestion back. This is about, I don't mean to upset you, but you know, Mother Earth's put up with a lot of stuff. Things might be a little bit mellower for her right now, but I know I'm throwing out a lot of trash. I mean, I can't believe how much trash is coming in and out. We're hardly even going anywhere. So this is called the Indigestion Blues. It goes, when I say indigestion, you shout back indigestion. Or you can write it there in your little thing. Everybody writes indigestion. And then when I say it again, you say it again, and you get the idea. So it goes. Indigestion. You say indigestion, 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 indigestion. Now Mother Earth's been around a long time. She can eat a tree trunk that will make her feel fine. But all the people putting out too much stuff is giving her indigestion. Now she's had enough. She's got indigestion, 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 indigestion. I got on the phone, I called my brother Michael. I said, dude, you got to recycle. He said, I know, I've heard the news. That's why I also reduced and reused. She's got indigestion, 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 indigestion. I got on the phone, I called my sister Susan. I said, do you know that we've been abusing? She said, I know, I've heard the news, and that's why I also reduced and reused. She's got indigestion, indigestion, yeah, indigestion. Sneaker and a spool of thread. She can chop down an orange peel and some molded bread. She can eat root socks, radishes, and shells of nuts. But you know, eating plastic bottles is bad for her gut. She got indigestion, 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 indigestion. Got indigestion, 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 got indigestion, indigestion, clean up your after yourself. Thank you. I can hear the birds outside singing. That's one thing that happens here in Hawaii. If you start playing music, the birds will sing along. It's wonderful birds here. I want to say hi to all my friends on the East Coast from Tony's Bar and Grill. We were talking today. A great group of folks, really funny, smart, talented, caring, wonderful people. We go camping together at the Philadelphia Folk Festival. We've known each other for years, and this is our kind of music. Glad you're enjoying it. Oh, this is an original tune. It's called Shape I'm In. I used to like me some French roast coffee, some electric mandolin. I used to like me some better tonic, mixed up with some sweet strong gin. And then the day came when you departed. I never thought that I'd hear such news. And I know I won't deceive you anymore on this earth and in these shoes. Yeah, it's about the shape I'm in, the shape I'm in, the shape I'm in since you're gone. The shape I'm in, oh the shape I'm in, yeah the shape I'm in since you're gone. I used to like some better tonic, I mixed it up both fine and hot. I used to like me some of my possessions, now I can't stand anything that I got. About the shape that I'm in, oh the shape I'm in, yeah the shape I'm in since you're gone. Yeah the shape I'm in, oh the shape I'm in, yeah the shape I'm in since you're gone. And now I look up to the heavens, I wanna look into your eyes, and I know that you're right beside me, makes me wanna testify, oh, about the shape that I'm in, the shape that I'm in, the shape that I'm in since you're gone. The shape that I'm in, oh, the shape I'm in, yeah, the shape I'm in since you're gone. To the heavens, I wanna look into your eyes, and I know you're right beside me, yeah, make me want to testify, oh, about the shape that I'm in, the shape that I'm in, yeah, the shape I'm in since you're gone. The shape that I'm in, the shape that I'm in, yeah, the shape I'm in since you're gone. Talking about the shape that I'm in, oh the shape since you're gone. Yeah, the shape that I'm in, the shape that I'm in, yeah, the shape. Nice. I've been thinking about traveling, you know, because I can't travel anymore, and I think about all these like wild things that happened to me when I was traveling. And this hat is warm, so I'm going to switch to another hat. See how I did that? And get a drink of water. This is that part of the program where you can, if you're interested in hearing that last song, Shape I'm In, is on Spotify under James McCarthy. Now's the new later. Some of my recordings are under James McCarthy and some are under James B. McCarthy, and they're slowly transitioning. I also have a site that's right now largely focused on providing opportunities for distance learning and ideas for things to happen in the classroom with families, and I'm very interested in extending that to folks who are interested. But before I did all that, I used to travel around quite a bit. And one time, when I was in college, I went to college at Livingston College in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Yes, that's right, Livingston College, New Brunswick, New Jersey. Thank you. Anna just put up my the site for Spotify.com. and two friends of mine, Skipper Crippets, who was about 5'2" and had very extremely curly brown hair, and was an amazing drummer, one of the most hyperkinetic people I've ever met. And Stephanie Sloboda and I decided that we were going to go to Carnival in Quebec City, but we knew pretty much nothing about it whatsoever. That's someone calling me on the phone. Sorry, I didn't. So we thought we thought we were going to the Carnival in Quebec City. We thought we were going to the Ice Festival in Quebec City. What we didn't know is that someone had told us that it was a snow festival in Montreal. So we started out from New Brunswick, New Jersey, which is about 30 miles south of New York City, and we were hitchhiking by the New Jersey Turnpike. This is February, and we were stopped within 5 minutes, and we took a bus. We took a bus into New York City. We got off at Port Authority, and we took the subway as far as north as we could go, and then we got out and we started hitchhiking. And we hitchhiked to Albany, to State University of New York at Albany, and thought, well, we can find some other college students and we can stay with them. And we went to the university, and it was closed. There was nobody in any of the dorms, and we finally found someone, and we slept in some hallway or something. And the next morning we got up and we started hitchhiking. We were heading up the thruway, or as they call it, the Northway. And we were there for a long time, and nobody picked us up. And finally, these two guys picked us up. One guy was dressed in a three-piece suit. The other was like 25 degrees. He had a flannel shirt that was like open, 3 buttons open, and then there was a woman, and the three of them were sitting in the front seat. The woman didn't speak the entire time. And the guy came out to put our gear into the trunk of the car, and he said, "We're on our way to Plattsburgh to stand trial for possession of 20 pounds of marijuana." And we're like, well, it's a ride. So, we got in, and we were driving along, and we find out that the guy who's in the three-piece suit is actually, he works for the court. He's not going there to be on trial or anything, but they do have some of that stuff, and that's being passed around, and there's beers, and we're underage. And after a while, the guy who's in the three-piece suit and the guy who's in the flannel shirt, who's got this long red hair, they switch places, and the guy in the long red hair starts to drive. And as we're going along the Northway, up at the top of a hill or a crest, like the crest of a ridge, there are 3 tractor trailers pulled off on one side and 3 tractor trailers pulled off on the other side. There's virtually no shoulder. And a state trooper standing next to one of the semis with 1 foot on the shoulder and 1 foot in the traveling lane. And the guy who is driving is doing about 80 and doesn't even swerve, so that the policeman has to throw himself up against the side of the tractor trailer. And we're freaking out. So, and then they start throwing beer cans out the window, and we're sitting in the back, and the guy comes up and pulls us over, and he's obviously very angry for good reason, and says, let me see your, let me turn on your blinkers. And he turns on the lights. And they said, turn on your left blinker. And he turns on the windshield wiper. Remember, it's not his car. So this goes on, and he asks him to turn on the lights, turn the high beams. He puts it in reverse. He does everything wrong until he finally says, honk the horn. And he takes it by the middle, and he pulls it off. It comes off in his hand. The cop just loses it and pulls us out of the car and starts questioning us. And there's really nothing he could do because there was nothing wrong. So that was one of our misadventures. Then we tried to get across the border, and they wouldn't